Rashad, why you didn't
Anyways,
hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother. Trump lit
What's up,
in it,
Rashad?
yeah.
What it do, boy?
Hey,
What's
Rashad.
up?
song, Elegant Black Woman.
We don't talk about this
Essay.
out loud, but the world has never made space for the classy Black woman because elegance on us doesn't just look good, it shakes systems. We weren't supposed to be this refined, this radiant, this rooted in our worth. Well, that is not without begging for a seat, or not without shrinking first. You see, class is marketed as a white woman's birthright, but when a Black woman shows up in a red lip, slow speech, and a silk blouse, with standards, stillness, and no desire to be liked, people get uncomfortable. They want us loud, accessible, performing, but classy? That's too quiet, too powerful, too in control. They call it fake. But it's not fake, it's fluent. We've always known how to move with grace. They just never imagined that we do it without permission. When we're soft, they say we're weak. When we're selective, they call us cold. When we show up in luxury, they tell us we're trying to be white. No. We're just remembering who we are. Because class on a Black woman, it's rhythm, it's ancestral, it's gold hoops and glossy lips. It's discernment, it's the ability to sit in silence and still own the room. They fear us because we don't have to be loud to be seen. We don't have to explain ourselves.
That's a bar. We don't have to be loud to be seen.
To be respected. We are not palatable. We are powerful. So when they say, who does she think she is? The answer is simple. Who I was born to be. This isn't about being classy. It's about being free. And that's threatening because society profits only when we see ourselves through survival. When we're strong but never soft. Bold but never quiet. Visible but never valued. So when we choose softness, class, elegance, it's not just style. It's rebellion. You're not too much. You're finally becoming uncontainable. And that's exactly why they don't want you to become her. But do it anyway. Bye for now. Toodles.
So I became homies or whatever with someone from Spelman, right? Spelmanite. And they had this entire like kind of just aesthetic and aura to them and stuff of just being, elegant and everything. And I was like, where'd that come from? They're like, well, it's just in my blood. Like my grandma was like that, my mom's like that, and that was passed down to me. Like I've always just held myself to a certain standard to making sure I'm on point, even if I'm going to the grocery store, even if I'm just running to the gym. I'm always making sure that something is like, what I'm saying, like my ducks are in a row because I just hold myself to that standard. The people around me, like I don't put up with much and BS and that because it's too stressful and it's not even good for I was like, man, like that's really admirable. And it was real cool until folks weren't playing me at it, we no longer cool and stuff like that. But the person who made this, shout to I am Desi. Shouts out to I am Desi. Her hair, bro, sensational, dog. Amazing hair right there. But what she said was a mouthful there because it's like it goes beyond just Black woman and this and that. It goes to like where I was talking about with Stephen A. Smith. A lot of people are like, what are your thoughts on Stephen A? Stephen A, it's not an issue I necessarily have with him, but it's kind of like what he represents. Him being the top paid guy at ESPN, it shows like young Black kids following after him. Because remember now, what we just looked at with Nyla Williamson. Nyla, she sees, okay, she's in a STEM program. When she's 11, they put her in a flight simulator, and now she determines that she wants to be a pilot. Like right then and there, like that changes the trajectory of her life, and that's how she's going to serve the nation and everything like that. So it's like if you see it, then you can be it, right? So if I grow up seeing, okay, the top paid person at ESPN is Stephen A, and Stephen A is on there. He the loudest. He, throwing around, cuss words and things of that sort. I'm going to think the only way I could be successful in the sports media space as a young Black man is being loud and throwing cuss words in there and every now and again. And that's how I'm going to be seen. So it's like, that's what a lot of kids will pursue if they never had someone like, hey, young man, this is actually what sports journalism is. And if you want to move up, here's the ways that you can move up to become a Chris Rim. Shout out to my brother Chris Rim and everything like that. To become someone who just moves in a way that is the way to kind of do it. And there's no, obviously, there's no blueprint to anything, right? Like, you do things, you get things the way you get there. But the thing that I'm trying to say is, you can get to places. It is a stereotype. Even C Gazer. Shout out to my dog. Hey, I rock with C Gazer, bro. I rock with C, bro. You know some, man. Shout out to China. Shout out C Gazer, bro. But yeah, it's a stereotype, exactly. So it's like Chris Rim, he got up there from internships like New York Times internship, where he's covering things and he's writing articles and he's learning the basics of interviewing. He interned with, with us and everything like that a few years ago. He interned over here. He did a fellowship here, a thing here. And then he worked his way up. He worked with the Falcons for a little while, wrote for them and got acclimated with the NFL. Then got offered the job at ESPN to cover the Chargers. He's written for the Chargers, stayed down as a beat reporter for the Chargers. And because of that, since he's working for ESPN, when they want to put him on air, they put him on there. And now this is a fine, representation of a young black man who is just smart. He's just smart, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's just smart. He writes, he does his homework. He asks great questions. He writes good stories. And, now they have prepared him to be presentable on air, to speak, to articulate himself in a way that comes across and is passable for all Disney employees. So with that, it's like, that's the way sports journalism is supposed to be. It's supposed to be Chris Rim. If you want to show the kids, okay, here, you want to do sports journalism as a young black man, Chris Rim is an example to look at. Terrence Moore is an example to look at. Who my boy that wrote the Curry books, that teaches at Morehouse. He used to teach at Morehouse. Curry book from Davidson guy. What was his name? What's my guy's name? From Davidson Underdog. We can't find that. Dang, they took down that dude's book, whoever it was. But this my guy. And he's on Around the Horn and First Take and all that. Cool dude. Another example is Bomani Jones, obviously. So like, be a Bomani Jones, be a this person. These, like, it's cool to be smart, bro. It's cool to be smart. And you don't have to be to make it in sports media. I say all of this to go back to the thing of elegance, a black woman elegance. Like, it's not about a black woman thinking she's better than you or this or that. It's just a black woman just like being herself and showing and giving herself respect and everything like that, and showing like, okay, the country can show me respect as well. Society can show me, because I respect myself, and it radiates against different people. That might not be the way that you typically see black women, but it doesn't matter the way, the image of black woman you have in your mind. I'm going to show up as this because I value myself. I did study in college and I had several credits in sociology, though I'm not good at it. Hey, you good enough, bro. You picked that up. Shouts out to Buddy. Shouts out to C Gazer. Shouts out to China. Gazer. All right, next, man. Sierra and FBA. So now we really get into some stuff. We really getting.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother. Front lit.
What's up,
in it,
Rashad?
yeah.
What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.